Today we are going to be creating this faux wooden crate from cardstock using your Scor-Pal, especially in time for Mother's Day, to create a beautiful floral arrangement. So for today's project we are going to need one piece of cardstock cut into two pieces 8 by 5, two pieces 5 by 4, and these are the pieces that are left over. You're going to want to, these are going to be the long side of your box. So you're going to need the base part. So you're going to score this at, well, you're going to score it at 4 inches. You're then going to turn it over because you now want to make your shiplap lines, and score at 1, 2 and 3. Turn it back over, put it long side and score at 1 and 7. Repeat with the other piece. So you're going to score at 4, turn it over, score at 1, 2, 3, turn it over, on the long side, score at 1 and 7. For the shorter side pieces, you're going to put the longer side, the 5-inch, at the top, score at 4, flip it over, score at 1, 2 and 3. Repeat with the second piece, 5 inches at the top, score at 4, flip it over, score at 1, 2 and 3. Next, take the larger pieces and you will see that it has created a square at the bottom corners. These pieces you're going to snip to make it easier to fold in. So you take the scissors and snip up to the first line. Next, replace your score mat, and you're now going to create your folds. So you fold in on the 1-inch line and burnish again on the other 1-inch line and burnish, and on the bottom. By doing this you create good creases, which will mean that when you put your project together everything will be aligned and will create the right finish. And then on your shorter pieces you're just going to burnish the bottom piece. For the base of your box I'm using a 4 by 6 stretched canvas, simply from the Dollar Tree. Comes in a pack of 3 for $1. You could use any cardstock, chipboard. These just make it easier and you can take them in and out. So you're now going to create the box itself. So what you will need to do is to get your score tape and add it to that little square that you have created that makes the flap on the corner of your longer sides. Before I pull the backing tape off, I like to just give it a little press down with the score tool. It makes taking the backing paper off a lot easier. So you are going to remove the backing paper one side at a time, line it up, flip it over to create your corner, and burnish the inside corner. Repeat. With the other side. Repeat with the other long side. So now you've got the two front piece, the front and the back piece of your crate. Now you want to attach the side pieces. So we're going to do this one piece at a time. You need to put a long piece of score tape down this outside piece. This flap here is 1 inch, so you can make a second line of score tape to make sure that everything will attach. Repeat on the other side of this piece. While we're at it, we'll put the tape on the other end. You can use whichever size score tape you need. I happen to be using this 1/4 inch because I was using it for another project earlier and it was on hand. Now you want to remove the tape from one side, and you will be lining up this piece where the tape is against this side of your box. You'll see the scored lines. You're going to match up the scored lines. You want the overlap to be on the outside. Well, they seem to be on the outside, as it does want to look like a crate, like you've created it from wood. Take your score tool and go underneath. We're not going to attach this bottom part yet, we'll do that on the second part. So we will now remove the tape from the second side. Line it up. Go in with the score tool, press it down, you get a nice good corner there, and then you'll simply hold the box in place and press down to create this wall. I will put the second one on and come back. So now we have created all 4 sides of our crate with the horizontal scores around the side to look like the wooden parts of the crate. Now we have the base, and this should simply sit in the bottom of your box. Push it down into the corners and it forms a firm box. Now obviously we want to make it look a little bit more like it's wooden slats, so I'm going to take this little cat's eye, this Versamark ink. I'm going to age the edges just a little, just gives it a little bit more dimension. You want to do it on all of the edges, the top edge, the base. And then if we're careful when we use the very tiny tip, you can just slightly mark along the score lines until it... I found this easier to use a little foam brush to go in the edges where the ridge has been created by the scoring. You don't want to do too much, just enough to give it a little wooden look. Then lastly, we want to decorate it with flowers. We can use anything that you like. I'm also going to use a little chalkboard sign. I used a foam base from the Dollar Tree, and all of these flowers are also from the Dollar Tree. You don't need to actually fill the whole container with foam. You can just put it inside and decorate according to the size. So this is the one I made off camera. We simply place it inside, and now you have a wooden look crate that would make a perfect gift for Mother's Day. So thank you very much for stopping by. Be sure to go and check out the Scor-Pal challenge. This month's challenge is Floral Fantasy. So anything you want to make with beautiful flowers on a stamped image, real flowers, anything you like, we'd love to see you over there. And I would really love for you to subscribe to Create and Craft with Katie, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.